To ZoomInfo Tech. Now, this is one that doesn't look as good as those first two. It's down about, call it anywhere between 15, 18%. Stock's trading just below 11 last I looked. It's got a lot of things that were pretty interesting, though. The revenue, they did beat. They had a little bit north of 300 million on the revenue side. Their earnings, they beat 28 cents versus the 22 cents they were projected that they were looking at. But the revenue was down 3% year over year. The operating income was down 11% year over year. So those negatives are what people are feeding on today. Now, that all being said, I think when you look out to the future, which is where we should always be looking after we've been watching what they were able to put out with these earnings and so forth, they have huge shorts. Do the shorts ever at some point start to cover in this name? My guess would be yes. They probably at some point will. And I started looking at something else, Justin. The PE of this company, despite the fact that things didn't look too good in the quarter necessarily, as far as some of those numbers coming down, but a PE of 13 to 14, I think Zoom has been absolutely clobbered. I think that that's probably enough. I think at some point, if I start seeing some UA there, some unusual option activity, that's one that I would be bullish on. I don't want to go into the stock just yet. I'll wait on that one. But if the options start to heat up, I'm going to get pretty excited about ZI.
Yeah, I totally feel the same. They were down at that 10-20 level around this morning, and they're picking up the pace now. Apparently, it was the guidance that maybe some people didn't like, or maybe what you were talking about as well, the year-over-year revenue decline. But we are seeing volume start to pick up in these shares, kind of day after day, and 7 million more shares were traded today than the previous day that I saw. I could definitely see this turning around as well. I think people usually forget about these earnings sell-offs if they aren't about something very, very serious. And in this case, they beat the earnings. They had some tepid Q4 guidance. That's something I think people could forget about. You could at least see this come back up, maybe retest that $13 level that they were just at, in my view.